Hey, Ninja Maniacs, Kelly here, and I wanted to do a follow-up video with my good friend Colin regarding a video we shot the other day that is getting just an absolute insane amount of questions on my end, and agents are asking more. So what I wanted to do was do a companion video to that and very briefly talk about the digital strategies that Colin's team has done and what they're implementing that's absolutely bringing crushing results for real estate agents. So Colin, I would like to jump right into this thing. And in a minute, I'm going to do differentiation between what agents are doing now that's not working and what you guys are doing. But let's jump right into this thing. Our video the other day really broke down a bucket list of what marketing looks like in 2021. Walk us through a very brief scenario, if you will, of what this system will do. And then let's talk about the different niches involved and what you can do to help. No matter what an agent wants to do, you've got the solution for that. So take it away and tell us, what does your software, your system do in a nutshell for an agent?
So Kelly, thanks for having me on again, first off. So what does our software do? Well, first off, our software will create custom audiences for our agent clients. So no matter what you're looking for, we'll get it there for you. From our back end, we use our algorithms to create these audiences, no matter which audiences they are, in all zip codes right across the nation. So first off, we go into our back end, you're going to tell us exactly what you want. So you're going to tell us, hey, you want a specific zip code, and then you want to target, whether it be distressed sellers, that's the one we talked about last week, Kelly. And we use our back-end software to create a distressed seller or pre-foreclosure audience for you, utilizing LTV ratios, credit scores, and incomes, and lines of credit, and credit cards. So from all the information that comes out of our back end, we're able to create these audiences that, in essence, what's it going to do for you is create great lead contacts that you can nurture.
So let me just jump in. In this system, and again, let's just talk about distressed sellers, because guys, we're going to mention the other niches in a minute. So Colin, what you're saying is your system, if I tell you I want to dominate in zip code 11111, just for instance, you will take a snapshot of that zip code. And let's say there's 70,000 people in the zip code. You will go out and find X amount, let's just say 1,000 people that predictively are in a scenario that would be a distressed seller. Maybe they're under water on their home. They've missed some payments. There's some other signs out there that they're going through financial struggles, might be bankruptcy, their credit score's dropping, just a whole soup of things that a distressed seller would be involved with. And what your software will do is literally take a snapshot and eliminate 70,000 people to get me to maybe the 1,000 or 2,000 that meet that requirement. That's what you're saying, correct?
Absolutely.
And then I just spend my dollars focusing in on them instead of my dollars going to everybody. And that, to me, is marketing gold. I love that. So now you've got the data. What happens next?
So once we've got that data, we now have created your custom audience, and we're giving you all the demographic fields. So you're going to get the name, you're going to get their address, you're going to get the email, you're going to get their phone number, their LTV scores, their credit scores, and I'm going to go on and on. There's about 20 different fields that we can give you. You know, how many adults in the home, how many kids in the home, just tons of information that you can actually take all this data and then micro segment your audiences. And then in terms of who are you going to target first, you can do that. The ones where they find the credit score is the least, you know, the LTV is 95%. If it's, hey, 100%, they're upside down already. Okay, so underwater, whatever the case may be, you can segment, prioritize, so you don't have to waste a whole bunch of time trying to segment and who's the one to call. You can strategize, you know, your ISA or yourself in terms of who are you going to prospect. And just to let you know, so we create everything for you. So the emails are created for you with the email banner headers. The emails are going out to these folks. And as we discussed last week, Kelly, as you recall. I mean, we're getting, over 30% open rate on emails, which is crazy. And then in the part 3, in the 3rd week of the campaign, we got 24.6% click-through rate.
Wow.
Industry average, 1%.
So think about it this way, guys, and we're talking about one niche. They've got move up buyers. You can target move down buyers. You can target sellers that are defaulted. We're talking about those now. You can talk about going after absentee owners, landlords. I mean, if you have a niche, Colin's team can find the data. We call it predictive analytical big data. Once he has that data pulled for the area that you're interested in, they've got a slew of digital marketing tools. For those of you watching, in the past, you'd have to create a landing page. You'd have to create a form for somebody to fill out. You'd have to have digital assets. You'd have to know all of this stuff. They basically say, agent, pick an area. We will go get the data. We will set your system up, and we will plug and play and get you these results. Now, Colin, I know a lot of agents are hearing this going, oh, you'll do it all for me. What does the agents need to do to really maximize to get to the closing table with your system, since it's making it basically as easy as possible for them to get in front of the right people? What are some things the agent needs to do to make sure that they are getting the appointments? What is the part that they need to do?
Okay, so you talked about in the old days they'd have to do the old landing pages. Well, we do them for you. And as we discussed in the previous video, and I think Kelly, you mentioned that they're going to have access to that again. And please, folks, have a look at that. The landing page is going to be your gold. That's where it all happens. So we're going to give you documentation. You just upload everything into a folder within our system. And in essence, what you want to be doing is taking your best listing versus comp. Our system leverages your sales success. That's exactly what it do. Because what's going to happen is, there's agents by the tens of thousands probably in every market at the moment. Listings are scarce to come by, so that's why you're going to go after the predictive ones where they have to sell, not because they necessarily want to sell. They have to. So who are they going to choose? Especially if you're going after the distressed market, they're going to choose an agent who can get them more money in less time. It's all about the money. And the leverage that our page is going to give you over other agencies, because we're going to work with you and coach you on what listings to send us and what comps to send us. We then do a comp graphic. So folks, think of it exactly the same way as if you were going into a home and you were going to put on a listing presentation to a potential seller. You walk in, you're going to give it your best shot, because chances are you got one shot. If somebody else comes in after you and they tell a better story, you never get that listing. And it's happened to every one of us. So you got one shot to make a great impression. Same thing applies here. When they get onto the landing page, they're going to look at your listing, which is going to tell them, bottom line, you sold your listing versus the comp, which they're also going to see right next to it in one colored graphic. They're going to see in our example, I believe it was almost $100,000 more for an almost identical home that our client got versus another agent in the area. You think that's going to make a difference? You bet. That's what sellers, especially those that are in trouble, need. The more money they can get out of the home, you're the go-to agent. So for us, Kelly, we're just getting rave reviews on how we position the agent and leverage them as the agent that gets it done.
So guys, those of you that are watching right now, let's just recap and finish. At the bottom of the video, I'm going to drop a link for the webinar that we just shot, the video we shot. It's about 50 minutes long. So that's grab a coffee, get you a donut, chock full of marketing, what I would call marketing doctorate level stuff. So look below the video, you'll see that. I'm also going to give you a link to Colin's sign up page. If you love what you heard on this video, just go directly to him and his team. They will walk you through the process. It's so inexpensive. Now let's just kind of bring some balance to the force here. As an agent, you can be doing things like cold calling, like literally pick up a phone and cold call a neighborhood. Not fun. right? You could pick up the phone and do that. You could go and hold open houses to your heart's desire. Most agents don't really do well with that. How many of you are holding open houses and just absolutely crushing it? Very few, based on my conversations. So you can open house, you can door knock, you can cold call, you can spend $100 to $500 per lead from Zillow for a seller lead. You can go to Facebook and generate tons of seller leads. It's going to cost you a lot of money. You can do the same thing on YouTube and Google pay-per-clicks, right? That's what you're being taught. That's what you're doing right now. What if you could get in front of the right people? Not everybody in a zip code, but the right predictive people. That's what his system will do for you guys. And the cost, when you see, is so, it's amazing at what you can do, what his team can do for you. So make sure you go below the video, click the links. I'll direct you to Colin and his team. You won't be talking to me. I love his product. I love what he's doing. But guys, if you're tired of the way of doing business, it's not working. I always say this: if everybody's over here doing this and it's not working, go over here and do this that is working. So make sure you get on board with Colin and his team and get the information you need. And if there's a specific niche that you're wanting to dominate, these guys will put you in front of that audience and give you the digital assets, the digital things that you need to get your message. We call it bringing a message to market. And guys, here's what I know. You implement a system like this and you do this for the next 12 months. Oh my goodness. Now you're doing what the big agents are doing, the power teams are doing. This is the same stuff they do at a high level. So if you're looking at 2, 3, 4, 5 closings every month, if you're wanting to predict and scale that business, you've got the seal of the ninja on this one. You need to talk to Colin and his team and get yourself set up for marketing in 2021. Because guys, cold calling, door knocking, putting door hangers on doors, I mean, that's okay. But if you want to get to the next level as an agent, Colin, I really feel like they should be talking to you and your team. Anything you want to say before we're done with the video to really encourage the agents that are listening and going, oh my gosh, this sounds great.
Well, Kelly, it is great. So yeah, come on in, folks. We're here to help. We're here to work with you. Just to mention again, I was in the field for years. This system was built on successful marketing and marketing that made money. And that's what I used. What we used in the beginning, or what I used in the beginning to where it is today, night and day. This stuff is going to crush it for you. So we're waiting for you. We're here for you all the way. And we'll walk you through the minefields to get you to where you got to go, everybody. So
I love it,
looking
Colin.
forward. Yeah.
I was thinking as you were talking, and guys, this will finish this out. You can either do one of two things. You can go and pay for 2 leads for Zillow at $150 a lead. Go get yourself 2 or 3 leads from Zillow, or you can implement a system that will put you in front of 1,000 to 2,000 sellers or whatever niche you have. And these are the people that predictively have shown that they're going to do business with an agent in the next 12 months. So you can get in front of 1,000 to 2,000 people, or you can get in front of 1, 2, or 3 people a month. The choice is yours. For me, the choice, it's already made. So I thank you guys for watching the video. Look below, take some action, guys. Get with Colin. If anything, have a conversation with him. Find out what he and his team can do for your business today. I appreciate you guys. Colin, thank you for jumping on board with me. And
You're very welcome.
all right, guys, have a great one.